Well, hey everybody, happy Monday. It's that time again. Time to do the video. I'm doing something a little bit different today in celebration of the fact that my computer is fixed. Yay! Thank you guys so much for being patient with me while this was getting fixed. The communication last week went out on my phone, and it's just not ideal. It's really tricky to upload that kind of stuff to YouTube as well for some reason. So, needless to say, I'm so thankful to have my computer back. Thank you so much for being patient with that. Last weekend was a really, really fun weekend. It was 4th of July weekend. Hope you guys had a really good time. Some of you that might have been there last weekend and got to hear about your week, and it was really cool to hear that. So thank you so much for being safe. When I was younger, I'd light off fireworks every 4th of July. We would do the bottle rockets and the firecrackers and the Roman candles, stuff like that, and didn't have any fear about it at all. And I used to think that firework-related injuries were like really uncommon, and it seems like the more that I read about it, it's actually quite common. The numbers are pretty high, so I stay away from fireworks these days. I'll do the sparklers with the kids, but that's about it. So my 4th of July was not very eventful. We didn't launch fireworks or anything like that. It was just kind of hanging out with the family. So, but I'd be so excited to hear about how your week was last week. And we are in a brand new series called Better Than I Found It. And Ben kicked us off last weekend. The message was really, really good. So I'm looking forward to this weekend as well. This weekend will be Lauren Snyder. So that's really cool. That'll be an awesome message to see. So I hope you guys get a chance to sit out and watch the message this weekend. Part of the reason why I did this video this way is because I just wanted to do something different, but also I was scrolling down my Facebook newsfeed earlier, and I happened to come across this video, and I was just like, I don't know if I really have time to watch this right now, and so I just kept scrolling, and then something told me to kind of scroll back, and then I decided that I was going to watch it. Now, the video is posted by John Cooper, who is the lead singer and bass player for Skillet. And now you guys know I'm not a huge Skillet fan. Personally, I think they're really great people. I've met them a handful of times, and they're really, really nice, really great people. John is a very gifted musician and an even gifted speaker. He's truly is a disciple for Jesus, and he's anointed when it comes to his ability to speak and just share from the heart. And so I just decided that I was going to watch this video, and man, was it encouraging for me. So I thought it'd be really cool to include that video in with this video for you guys to watch. And let's take a look.
What's up, everybody? Good morning, happy Monday, and welcome to Cooper Stuff Thought of the Day. Today's thought of the day is this: forget the past. I always like to do this based on what I'm going through, and what I was going through this weekend was this. It was July 4, which was an awesome weekend, by the way. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. But on July 4 right now, there's a lot of different ideas of America. I particularly love America. I'm very patriotic and things like that. Obviously, though, there are things in America's past that are really horrible, terrible things. And there are a lot of people that say, America can't be forgiven for those things. Some people say that's in the past and we're trying to correct and we're trying to fix our mistakes. It got me thinking this, not as a political discussion, as a personal discussion. If you are someone who feels like that you are defined by the very worst things you've ever done in your past, the very worst parts of yourself, then I've got something liberating to tell you. The past does not have to define you. You don't have to be defined and in this box of all these things I used to do or the times that I failed. I failed personally quite a lot in my life, and I am so happy that I'm not defined by them and that I have people that love me for who I am today. And if I make a mistake, I admit it. I say, hey, I made a mistake, but that is not who I am. So if you're someone that struggles with the past, I want to encourage you to forget the past, move on with who you want to be. Now, if you are someone that has character flaws in your life, just like I do. Maybe you have addictions in your life that you want to break. I'm not saying to embrace all the addiction, embrace the character flaw and be like, well, that's just who I am. I'm going to move on. I'm saying you face it, but you have to forgive yourself. That stuff is in the past. Don't live there. Live in today. Live in who you want to be, and let that be your defining characteristic, that you are not going to settle for the things that you do not want to be. And don't let people define you for who you used to be. I want to talk more about that last point, about not letting other people define you, on another Cooper stuff. But for today, forget the past, move forward with the things that you want to do and who you want to be. I hope you have a great day. Leave a comment below. I'd love to check it out. I'll talk to you soon.
Well, hope you guys were encouraged by that. I know I was. It was definitely a blessing for me to watch that earlier, and maybe some of you needed to hear that today. I know for me, it's just a great reminder of kind of the posture that I need to take in knowing how to just move on from mistakes. I'm the kind of person that when I sin or I make a mistake, I have a tendency to kind of just live there in that guilt or that shame, and kind of just stay there for a while and really beat myself up about it. And that video for me was just a great reminder that, hey, it's like we say at the Creek all the time, it's okay to not be okay. It's just not okay to stay there. And when I make a mistake, you own up to it, you confess it, whether that's to another person, but obviously you confess it to God and just say, God, I screwed up. I'm so sorry. And God will extend his grace and his forgiveness to you. And then at that moment, there's no need to continue to live in that sin or in that guilt or shame. You've already confessed that. You've already moved on from it. You've already let it go. So, man, what a great reminder for me. So I hope that encouraged you guys. All right, let's talk through the order of the service. You'll see that coming up on the screen, and we'll walk through that together. And again, I'm so excited for this weekend and excited to serve with all of you guys. So let's take a look at the weekend set. All right, so looking at the order of service, first of all, let's take a look and see who's on the team this weekend. We have Mark on bass, Kevin on drums. I'll be playing electric this weekend and adding some harmonies and stuff. Felicia is leading worship. Larry on keys. David is leading worship this weekend as well, and he'll be on acoustic. Matt and Christy are serving together. Awesome. Katrina on lights and Noah on sound. So, man, what a great team. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a great time. Oh, yeah, one thing I wanted to mention. You guys might have seen, if you've been around the last few weeks, you might have seen a young man hanging around with Noah. His name is Micah. If you haven't gotten an opportunity to meet Micah, he's a super cool guy. He just moved back to the Findlay area from Indiana, and he's staying with Noah. And him and Noah have been best friends for a really long time. So it's been cool to hang out with Micah and get to know him a little bit better. But Micah is a musician, super talented kid, and is really interested in being a part of our arts and production team. So we're going to have him kind of start training on a couple things as he's walking through the Growth Track experience. You'll probably see him on stage from time to time. You'll probably see him back behind the soundboard as well. So, man, we're really pumped to be able to add Micah to the team. So I'm sure he'll be around this weekend. Make sure you welcome him and just get to know him. He's a really cool guy. So, all right. Looking at the order service here, we have the opening song. We got our countdown, and then the opening song, On My Way Back Home. This is I think like a Crowder tune, North Point Crowder collaboration. David's going to sing that, and then I think I'm going to help him out with the bridge part. But the main thing that I noticed with this song is it's a little country, it's a little twangy, it's a little bluesy, which is cool. Kind of reminds me when we did the oh gosh, what was that song that we did a while back ago that kind of felt, man, I can't remember what it's called, but anyways, it's escaping my mind right now. You guys will remember. You're probably yelling at your screen right now. Anyways, it kind of has that feel, but there's this like breakdown that happens with this really like hip-hoppy drum beat. Personally, I'm not really a fan of that, but I think there's a way that we can add more to that texturally to make it feel a little bit better. If everybody just drops out and then there's just this kind of like hip hoppy beat thing going on. I don't know that it's going to really translate well to the congregation. So Kevin, I was thinking maybe if there's a way we could play a basic beat underneath that just to really fill it out some more. I could add some like crunchy guitar and just kind of make it a little bit heavier. But let's stick to the arrangement, but let's try to on Wednesday just play around with different textures. And if you guys have any ideas, please feel free to mention what your idea is. I'm open to suggestions on how we can kind of make that song feel a little bit more like us. Because I think those things generally tend to come out naturally with our bands, is that we stick to the arrangement as much as we can. We certainly want to make the song sound familiar to people, but we always have a way of kind of throwing in our own little spin on things. So that's kind of what I want to do with this one. So we'll do that one. That song's going to come from Ableton Timecode with the video and everything, so that'll be cool. Right out of there, there will be a Fusion Camp recap promo video. So Fusion Camp for the students is happening right now. So by the time we get into the weekend, Fusion Camp will be over. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in this video. From there, the campus hosts will come out. Basically, as the video's wrapping up, they'll take their spot on stage and get ready for their welcome. Should be pretty short and sweet. And then that will transition us into worship. David and Felicia are going to be leading worship in the center this weekend. I will be over in the electric guitar spot. I'll have a microphone, so I'll add some harmonies and stuff, but those two are going to be your main worship leaders for the weekend. So we're going to go into This Is Amazing Grace. Obviously, that's David. Into Holy Ground, which will be Felicia. And then into Good Grace, which will be all of us. So that'll be really cool. We introduced that song last weekend. It went really well. So I'm looking forward to doing it again. So from there, David, we are transitioning out of worship into a Vision Cast video. So the way that we can end this worship set essentially is be like, hey, thank you guys so much for singing along. You can go ahead and have your seats, and we got a video for you to check out, something like that. So just real simple that kind of transitions us from worship to this video. That way the video just doesn't come and smack people in the face, and we need to kind of let the worship book close, let that moment kind of close, and then transition us into a new moment that's happening, which is this video. After the video is over, the campus host will come back out and talk briefly about Serve Day. And then from there, we'll go into this title package Bentro video where he's going to set up Lauren, and then Lauren will come out and give the message. She'll probably be right around this or a little bit under. I don't see her going over at all, but we'll take a look and see what the pre-record looks like. And then from there, we'll do send-off and post-jam. Post-jam this weekend. We'll make it easy and do Spotify. That works for me. Trying to think if there's anything else I can think of right now. I can't. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I love you guys. Let's be praying for one another throughout the week. I apologize that this video is a little bit longer, but again, I just wanted to do something a little bit different for you guys this week. Love you. Looking forward to serving with you this weekend, and let's have a good time.